The Cemetery Shift. Prologue. In the quiet town of Ravenwood, there lies an ancient cemetery known as Hollow Hill. The townspeople speak of strange occurrences and ghostly apparitions that plague the graveyard, especially during the midnight shift. It is said that the spirits of the restless dead haunt the grounds, seeking solace or revenge. Chapter 1. The New Job. Jake Thompson, a young man struggling to make ends meet, takes a job as a night watchman at Hollow Hill Cemetery. Despite the eerie rumors, he sees it as easy money and a chance to get his life back on track. His best friend, Mike, warns him about the dangers, but Jake dismisses his concerns as mere superstition. Chapter 2. The First Night. On his first night, Jake explores the cemetery, familiarizing himself with the layout. The moon casts an eerie glow over the tombstones, and a chilling breeze rustles the trees. As he walks among the graves, he hears faint whispers and feels as if he is being watched. He shrugs it off as his imagination running wild. Chapter 3. The Encounter. Around midnight, Jake notices a faint light coming from an old mausoleum. Curiosity gets the better of him, and he decides to investigate. As he approaches, he sees a figure in a tattered dress standing by the entrance. The figure turns to face him, revealing hollow eyes and a ghostly pallor. Jake is paralyzed with fear as the apparition whispers his name before disappearing into the darkness. Chapter 4. The History. The next day, Jake visits the town's library to learn more about Hollow Hill Cemetery. He discovers that the mausoleum belongs to the Blackwood family, who were prominent figures in Ravenwood during the 1800s. The family met a tragic end, and their spirits are said to haunt the cemetery. Jake is particularly intrigued by the story of Isabella Blackwood, a young woman whose spirit is often seen wandering the grounds. Chapter 5. The Journal. Jake returns to the cemetery with renewed determination. Inside the mausoleum, he finds an old journal belonging to Isabella. The journal details her tragic life and the mysterious circumstances of her death. It also hints at a hidden treasure buried within the cemetery, guarded by the vengeful spirits of the Blackwood family. Chapter 6. The Warnings. As Jake continues his nightly patrols, the ghostly encounters become more frequent and intense. He hears whispers warning him to leave and sees apparitions that vanish as quickly as they appear. One night, he finds a message scratched into the ground near the mausoleum. Leave before it's too late. Chapter 7. The Treasure. Despite the warnings, Jake becomes obsessed with finding the hidden treasure. He enlists Mike's help, and together they search the cemetery using clues from Isabella's journal. They uncover a series of cryptic symbols and hidden passages that lead them deeper into the graveyard's dark secrets. Chapter 8. The Discovery. Jake and Mike finally uncover the treasure, a chest filled with gold coins and priceless artifacts. However, their triumph is short-lived as the ground beneath them begins to shake. The spirits of the Blackwood family rise from their graves, their ghostly forms filled with anger and vengeance. Isabella's spirit, now fully visible, begs them to return the treasure to its resting place. Chapter 9. The Battle. Jake and Mike are confronted by the vengeful spirits. The air grows cold, and a fierce wind howls through the cemetery. The spirits attack, and the friends are forced to defend themselves. As they fight, they realize that the only way to appease the spirits is to return the treasure and break the curse. Chapter 10. The Sacrifice. Desperate to end the haunting, Jake offers to return the treasure alone, believing that he is responsible for disturbing the spirits. He places the treasure back in its hidden chamber and begs Isabella's spirit for forgiveness. The other spirits begin to fade, but Isabella remains, her expression sorrowful. Chapter 11. The Farewell. Isabella's spirit reveals that her tragic death was the result of a curse placed upon the Blackwood family by a rival. She thanks Jake for his bravery and tells him that the curse is now broken. As dawn breaks, Isabella's spirit finally finds peace and disappears into the morning light. Epilogue. Jake and Mike leave Hollow Hill Cemetery, forever changed by their experiences. Jake decides to write a book about the haunted cemetery and the curse of the Blackwood family. The town of Ravenwood slowly returns to normal, but the legend of the cemetery shift lives on, a reminder of the restless spirits that once haunted the graves